What is up, you geezer, blow tie geezers? It is Chris Modern 9 here. I hate losing against that team. I hate it. I hate how it makes me feel. I hate losing against this team. I don't care where they are on the table, whether they could be in the relegation zone, they could be mid-table, they could be chasing for the title, what they're doing right now. But I hate losing against this team. I really, really, really do. But anyway, we've got to try and analyse it. We've got to do our best, even though I really don't want to do this video, but it's got to be done. First half. Looked resilient. It looked as though we had soaked up their pressure. I can't believe I'm going to use an Overwatch League reference in this video, but we tried to use the bunker composition against Liverpool at Anfield. We just sat back and soaked up pressure. Sit back and defend. I can remember numerous games in the past, in the Champions League especially, against teams like Barcelona and Bayern Munich, where we just sat back and defended. We know, right at the back of our minds, we know that we have to adapt. We're away from home. We are technically the underdog, going up against a team that are vying for the title. So all we got to do is sit back and defend and try and soak up as much pressure as you can. And that's exactly what we did in the first half. We didn't get that many chances, although we did. We did technically have a few chances, except Willian doesn't know how to pass when he needs to pass it. Instead goes for opportunities that are completely, like, there's no way you're going to be able to take that chance and get a goal from it. But, I mean, you could tell from the possession. Like, they had, like, 90 possession. We only had, like, 17. You know, that's how one-sided it was in terms of possession. In the first half, we just soaked it up. Great first half. I couldn't argue anything more than that. I mean, going into a place like venue like Anfield, you know, of course you're going to get a lot of pressure. Of course you're going to get less of the ball. But it was all about defending. And then the second half happened. It's that second half. Do you remember against Everton when it was 0-0 in the first half, and then the second half, suddenly Everton just got 2 goals from out of complete nothing? And then you saw Cardiff City right in the second half of that game, and they suddenly somehow got a goal and they were 1-0 up. Today, the exact same thing happened. I can't remember, was it the 55th minute, or maybe it was a bit lesser than that. We fall to pieces. Completely fall to pieces. You get Keita scoring the header. And then, well, I mean, that goal from Mohamed Salah, I mean, that was something special. That was world class. You know, and honestly, do you know what? I applauded it. You know how Real Betis fans felt when they conceded that goal against Lionel Messi when he lobbed the goalkeeper outside the penalty box? And then you had Real Betis fans just applauding it. That's what I did. I was like, you know what? Well played, Salah. Well played. That was world class. And then what happened straight after that? Well, first and foremost, our heads went down. This is what normally happens when we concede a goal. Eden Hazard. Oh my God. You know how Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher were saying, you know, that Eden Hazard is something special. You know, he can get the job done. He can get goals when they need it. You know, he's a rare breed. You can't contain him. You can't control him. He can outplay you. He can get goals when you need them. Not today. He hit the post. The one time when you need Eden Hazard to get a goal, and he doesn't do it. I mean, I don't even have any words. And then, you've got Maurizio Sarri once again up to his old tricks again, when he takes off Loftus-Cheek, who, to be honest with you, had a decent game. It wasn't great, but it was decent. He gets taken off, and he puts on Ross Barkley. What? I'm sorry, I don't understand that substitution. We need 2 goals to get back into the game, and you bring Barkley on for Loftus-Cheek. It's another like-for-like substitution. He's going back to his old tricks again with these substitutions. Like, I'm sorry, but this team, it just doesn't have the bottle. It doesn't. It just does not have any kind of steel at all. You know, to try and grind out a result, to try and grind out something. I mean, yeah, of course, you're going to be the second fiddle team. Because, first of all, Liverpool are chasing for a title. And second of all, you know, they're at home. They've got the fans behind them. You need a team that can adapt and soak up pressure, which is exactly what we did in the first half, but then that's when we fell to pieces. There's no team, we don't have a team that can play a full 90 minutes, show a bit of steel, grind out a result, and get the job done. I'm sorry, this team just does not have that. And that's why we lost today. Because obviously Liverpool took their chances when they took them. We don't take our chances. Eden Hazard today needed to take those chances and he didn't. With those, well, I mean, I don't know how Hazard didn't score from those chances. I mean, how? Hitting the post, for God's sake. And of course, let's not forget Higuain when he came on. I mean, you'd expect somebody as prolific as him to come on and get, well, at least a necessary goal, you know, just to worry Liverpool. Oh yeah, what's the number on the back of Higuain's shirt? Is it number 9, is it? Oh yeah, that must be the reason why he's playing terrible. I mean, Higuain is definition of a player that's just, like, he's just not adapting to the Premier League. He's just not. I think Yunus said this quite a while ago. There's only very few strikers in the Premier League that can have that strength, adaptability to be able to be as world class in the Premier League. You know, your Thierry Henrys, your Alan Shearers, your Drogbas, your Fernando Torres as well. That's when it was at Liverpool, not at Chelsea. Your Van Nistelrooys. You know, you've got that striker up front that can adapt to the Premier League really quickly, get the goals where it's needed. Higuain is just an older version of Morata, when you come to think of it. And, well, show as hell proved it today. I mean, you know, everything was going swimmingly at 0-0 in the first half. I mean, I think we lost Rudiger to injury as well. Rudiger went off with a I think somebody clipped him, and then he had to go off with an injury, and then Christensen came on. Also, I want to mention as well, in the first half, Kepa, great saves, like terrific saves. He kept us in it, especially in the first half. You know, in the first half, yeah, the first half was just fantastic. Second half, that was when we fell to pieces. Just like it was at Everton, just like it was at Cardiff. I mean, it doesn't even surprise me. I mean, when you're going up against a team that is vying for a Premier League title, you've just got to try and soak it up, try and survive for as long as you can, really. Technically, our backs were against the wall. We did have chances. We did have players that were playing well. They just got taken off by Sarri. Sarri, again, like, I don't know what is wrong with Sarri. Like, his decision-making is just poor. You need a couple of goals to get back into it. So why are you bringing Barkley on for Loftus-Cheek? It's completely pointless. It's a waste of a substitution. We also had Eden Hazard playing the false 9 role. I think it proved today that Eden Hazard just simply does not play the false 9. I'm sorry, he just doesn't. I mean, how did we start the game? We started off with Willian, Hudson-Odoi, and Hazard playing the false 9. Doesn't work. I'm sorry. I mean, you could say Eden Hazard is world class. He's more of an out winger. He's not a centre forward. I don't care how good he is. He's not a centre forward. That's it. He's not. I think we really needed Olivier Giroud up front today. I think we definitely lacked a lot of height in the box. And maybe if we had somebody like Giroud in the box, perhaps. I don't know, maybe Hudson-Odoi to get on the end of a cross, whip it in. Maybe Giroud might nick a goal or something, but nah. Speaking of Hudson-Odoi, by the way, I thought he was a little bit nervous. I mean, he didn't have his best game today, and look, a lot of people will be probably saying that he didn't do very much, and they'd be right. He didn't do that much, to be honest with you. I mean, look, Liverpool were on a high. They had the majority of the ball, but I think that's all down to Sarri not playing him enough. I think the truth is, Hudson-Odoi is a great player. You know, he's good at what he does. He wants to play football. He wants to get out there and do stuff. But it's just lack of experience at the end of the day. It was a big game for him. You know, going up against Liverpool, when you think about it, when you think of all the games that Hudson-Odoi has played so far, and he's been absolutely exceptional when he's been called upon. I think this was his first real test against a top team. And I think the nerves got to him in that game. And he didn't do as much as we were all hoping that he would do. I don't know if that's because we didn't have enough of the ball, or just the fact that whenever he tried to get the ball, he just didn't know what to do with it. And this worries me for 3 reasons. And the main reason, the big elephant in the room, is possibly whether Sarri will analyse that performance from Hudson-Odoi, maybe drop him again. This is what's worrying me at the moment, is that, you know, Sarri will look at that performance against Liverpool for Hudson-Odoi and he'll drop him. And he'll put Pedro back in there, and he'll put Willian on left wing, and then he'll do the exact... See, we'll get stuck in this rut where we want this guy to perform well. We want him to keep playing, and that's what we want him to do. We want Sarri to keep playing Hudson-Odoi. But when he has a average game like this, Sarri will just look at it and think, he didn't do enough. And then suddenly he goes back to his old roots again, playing crappy players. This is not what we want. But at the end of the day, it was all about holding out. And then eventually, around about the 55th minute mark, that was it. As soon as Mohamed Salah scored that goal, that was pretty much good night, Irene. Heads go down, trying to get back into the game with Eden Hazard opportunities. Again, like, I want to stress, how the hell does Eden Hazard miss that opportunity? I don't know. Maybe it's just this luck that Chelsea have this season. I want this season to end so badly. You have no idea. I want to see the back of this season. Whether or not Eden Hazard is going to be staying at this club, I don't know. I would like to see Eden Hazard staying for another season, but, you know, we have the risk of getting rid of him on a free after that season. That's the trap we might end up falling in if we do keep Hazard. It's just a question of trying to hold him down to a contract. Do you reckon we're going to be able to do that with Real Madrid trying to come calling to get him? It never ceases to amaze me. I mean, top 4 seems really, really difficult after this game. I mean, you've seen Tottenham beating Huddersfield 3-0 yesterday. You saw Man United beating West Ham 2-1. You'd expect Arsenal to beat Watford tomorrow. Suddenly it starts getting a bit cagey again, doesn't it? What do you think in the comment section down below? I would like a little bit of backup. But yeah, I do not like losing against this lot. I really don't. It's that feeling you get when you've lost against this team. After so many games against them in the past, you know, Champions League, FA Cup, Premier League, League Cup, like all these competitions we've faced them in competition, and then you know what I mean. But anyway, thank you very much for watching the video. Next game, I guess we go again. We got to face Slavia Prague in the Europa. I think the Europa League is pretty much our only hope now to get into the Champions League. If we can win the Europa League, it doesn't really matter about top 4 because we'll be in the Champions League just by winning the Europa League. So we got to beat Slavia Prague, guys. Let's just keep our chins up. Let's go again. Let's try and beat Slavia Prague. Let's get the job done against them. And then I think we've got another game against... Honestly, can't remember what it is. Let me just check. So we don't have a Premier League match until Monday the 22nd of April, where we face Burnley at home. So, I mean, we should win that. I mean, last season, at the opening day of last season, we lost 3-2 against them at Stamford Bridge. So, I mean, Burnley are a banana skin in themselves. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section down below, or what you thought of that game. You know, top 4 seems a little bit difficult now after this defeat. But like I said, we go again. We've got Slavia Prague coming up in the Europa League. Let's win that. And let's try and beat Burnley. Let's get back to winning ways. And let's just see how we get on from there. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Until the next video, I shall see you later. Hey, door, and peace.